Right, guys, welcome back. This is the Above Average FPL podcast. My name's Adam, and as always, joined by Baker. Hello, mate. How you doing?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Much better, much better. I look horrific, but I'm actually feeling a lot better now. Honestly, I've never been that ill as an adult, I don't think. Genuinely didn't know what to do with myself. So, like, Thursday night was just tired, which is fine. And then just went to bed and then woke up, 40-degree temperature. It's 104 Fahrenheit for anyone in the US. So yeah, paracetamol and ibuprofen was pretty much my meal supplements for about 3 days.
Just popping.
And woke up Monday fine, like much lower, and then it just grew on Monday again. I was like, is this ever going to end? But thankfully, yesterday morning woke up normal, and yeah, then had to catch up on a shit ton of work. So yeah, it's been interesting. I've had kids' birthdays and all sorts of stuff intertwined in that. I've been utterly useless around the house. My wife's been an absolute hero. So some people would have seen on X, I posted the picture of the cake that she baked for my daughter as well. So if you haven't seen that, you can go and have a look on
That was amazing, mate.
Little number blocks.
She never misses, mate. She never, ever misses.
Never misses.
I just saw in the old chat, old fella, it's still after the coasters from us.
If I like to can I have some coasters?
I said it for most people will know, but he's having a versus battle with KSI this season. So I said if he gets KSI to retweet the stream, then he can have a
deal.
You can have him bug.
I could do a deal. That'll work.
Yeah.
Well,
anytime, mate. Any pod we do, just get it. That's all we want.
Yeah, mug. I send you some coasters with that as well. Poker chip, whole lot. You get it all.
All of it.
One KSI retweet. Job done.
That's all we need. So
game week.
It's been a double game week. There's still technically a double game week because it's got one half left.
No one's got any players. There's a few, but no one's really got any players.
It's horrible, isn't it? It's just.
I said this is an all-time. This is an all-time double. I don't remember any double like this. Like where literally everything seems to have gone wrong, but then has gone okay.
Not really gone wrong though. It's gone okay, but not gone wrong, but not gone good. It's just.
I mean, I don't know how you can define having basically a set triple of the best attacking team in the league, and then one gets injured the week before, and then two get injured 45 minutes into it. I don't think that's good. But then you go to the other team, and it's like, like KDB gets 1 point or 2 points.
I feel like that first game, like because it sold you the dream, didn't it? So when Darwin and Jota combine, then you're like, this is it. This is double game week. This is cinema. And then, I was listening to the first half, so I wasn't watching it at the time. I was listening when the goal went in. So then genuinely, imagine you listening to how Darwin finished, and then when you see it, you're like, what on earth has he done? But they were talking about Jota on the radio, and I was like, and they were like, nah, it'd be fine, like it can't be very much. And then they were like, oh, his whole weight just
landed on his knee and just buckled it. Yeah, it was
just a horrific thing. And then it just gets worse, gets worse. It's
it's not often, to be fair. It's not often I stand in front of my TV, because I was up and I was downstairs just lying on the sofa. But it's not often I stand up with my head on my hands like that and just with a goal scored by some team that isn't Tottenham. And just, like the assist, the assist is like out of this world good as well.
Out of this world good.
Like how you track that over your shoulder. Like most people think, oh yeah, so most people like will bring that down. Like that's the first thought, right? If I can bring it down over my shoulder, I look like an absolute god. But he's like, nah, I'm just gonna get my head on it because I know that Darwin's flying through.
Is it perfect? Right. Is it a good finish?
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course it is.
It's genuinely though. Like I'm like, it's because it's so ridiculous that I'm like,
Mate,
Why did
it's
he
an
do
outstanding
that?
finish. There's absolutely no reason for it. So the reason is because it's Darwin, right? I guess there's no reason for him to finish like that.
There's literally no reason that anyone in the world would do that finish. If you
I
went
have done
through
that
one on
finish
one,
as a
he
kid.
stood up though.
As a kid,
Yeah. You do that
as a
as a
kid because
kid,
the kid's small.
but
Yeah, but
and you do it to embarrass the keeper, innit?
yes,
You like whenever you've done that going through, you've done
like
it because you hate the keeper
yeah,
or
it's
you're
already like
good mates with the
7-1
keeper.
or 8-1 at that time. Like you just
Yeah,
like fuck it, I'm just gonna chip over the keeper, and I'm outside
yeah.
the box, whatever. No, it
Like
is the most ridiculous finish I've ever seen.
I'm
Well,
old
that's
enough
probably a stretch.
that I'm old enough that Philip Albert, when he did it
Oh
against Man
mate, yeah,
United,
5-0.
like
That's
like that meant that everyone did it on the playground forevermore. Like any opportunity to Albert it, like, and you'd shout like as you did it, Albert.
yeah,
Boom,
and
like,
yeah.
but that is just like also I was like, I'm not even sure. Like he's missed so many ridiculous sitters this season, and then he goes, "Yeah, I can just do this," and I can't think of a striker in the league that would even attempt it.
Well, you watch yesterday and you watch Haaland, what he does in a similar position, right? He doesn't think of doing anything other than low,
Slot
hard slot early. And that's just
and early, so that
early. Like, so the keeper has
he
no
waits for the
chance.
keeper. Keeper doesn't go down. He goes, "I'm still doing it anyway.
Yeah,
I'm going to do it anyway."
exactly.
It's it's so good. So then that was it. I think that's why this game week feels so bad is because that felt so good.
And it was right at the
That
start. And it was literally like, it was set in the, you felt like the floor had
tone
just been raised, didn't you? You felt like straight away, you were like, floor was here, now we're here, and we can get high. We can get up.
and then just uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. I mean the Darwin one to just not even come back out like when you didn't it just
he looked
yeah,
fine.
just he looked
He looked
fine.
fine.
And then obviously he's not fine enough to even play tonight. And I was still like, well, maybe I'll be on that bench.
No. But cup
No.
final, right? So we said that this would be. To be fair, I think I said that I was not overly convinced about Liverpool minutes. Now, obviously, there's an element of stuff that's happened outside of my control and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
like the moment it's come up for Darwin with a game against Chelsea coming up, like Klopp's like, that's it, you're out. I can't risk you.
No.
He might pay a penalty. To be fair, I mean, it's still is the second half kicked off yet? Just kicked
Yeah,
off.
it is.
Yeah, so it's still 1-0.
Still 1-0 Luton.
I mean, that's oh no, it's not.
It's
Literally, I've
not?
just clicked on SofaScore and it's just gone 1-1.
Has it?
Oh please, yeah, literally, just now. Don't know if you can see that 1-1.
Well, the chat will tell us very, very soon. But you told us so. Yes,
Oh
there it
no
is.
way!
Is it Virgil van Dijk?
It's Van Dijk.
It was always going to be. It was always going to be. Like
That
he
is
just
unbelievable.
he just loves a goal in a double game week. Like couldn't see him not
I
scoring
can't
tonight.
believe that, man.
I couldn't see him not scoring tonight, mate. It felt like it was going to happen.
Oh, that's so
That's why
annoying.
it was. It is. But hey, it'll be more annoying if he gets free bonus, which he probably will.
I mean,
Interestingly,
you could do.
McAllister. So McAllister's got the assist, which he's on set plays. He was on a lot of set plays. I thought McAllister was just hugely further forward, just in general for it.
What today? Or you mean against Brentford?
Against Brentford.
I mean, he
just
did.
looks,
So he did say in the interview,
so
didn't
it
he?
released
Yeah.
McAllister.
He did say at the end. I mean, he had an interview with BT or TNT at the end, and he did say that obviously he's so used to playing the number 10. He played number 10 as a kid and all this sort of stuff, and it's pretty much a natural position for him. And we've said it many times that he's not a 6, so he's more an 8/10. I mean, he is Mac 10, right?
He's Mac 10. Like
He's literally Mac 10. Shout out, Danny.
the strange one is like it could almost like they might almost be forced into using him as almost a Jota replacement.
Yeah.
Like, obviously Gakpo obviously would take the obvious minutes for it, and you've still got Diaz and hope Darwin hopefully should be back soon, and obviously we don't know on Mo.
Yeah.
But I do think with Endo back, I think we will see McAllister further forward. It wouldn't surprise me at some point if we think, I just think with the run of games they've got, it's not a thing for now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't see McAllister being a thing.
2-1 now. Gakpo scored.
Has he really? Cool, that was quick. Well,
Yeah.
there you go, game over then. Well, that's back to no points for Doughty then.
Yeah. One of them was going to get some points. One of them.
Yeah, but it's good. It's good because Gakpo's a forward, Ogbene's a forward, which means Van Dijk's bonus potential just goes.
Is Gakpo a forward or a mid? He's so irrelevant.
It's Gakpo and Jota that we get the wrong way around. It's Gakpo's the forward, Jota's the mid. We had this conversation.
Hope for the best there. We hope for the best
there. Alexis McAllister assist. So there you go. No bonus for Virgil. Yes.
Why are you saying that now? It's just definitely getting a brace now. He's definitely getting a brace now.
Sub him. Big cup final.
Love him. Well, anyway.
Let's have a look at our weeks.
Have a look at our weeks because we're done.
Yeah, we're definitely done. We're definitely done. Ranks are slightly different, obviously, now, but.
Do you think we'll get a green coming in?
You?
Both of us.
I mean, yeah, I will. Yeah, I'm clear. I'm clear, mate. Haaland at my rank was 185% owned. I'm well clear. no issues from here. Obviously, Watkins didn't help.
Yeah, it looks like just at the moment.
I was 1.47, so I was 1.24 when I snapped this about just before kickoff. So I can't imagine I'm going to have too much trouble. Virgil's about 15%, something like that. So it's no drama.
Oh yeah, it's gone nothing. I've gone down to like 180 odd. Yeah. No difference.
No drama. So
no drama. We'll let the Virgil owners have their joy.
Yeah, well, especially as he's going to get a bonus.
Let's not say that yet.
Say it twice now.
We'll be on this pod long enough.
True.
We're on this pod long enough. So, Keith Rowley in the chat says he's way out of the bonus.
Yeah, of course he is.
Apparently, he's also almost. Error has just said he almost scored again. So, like I say, let's not get there yet.
We'll always push it. Go on, you go first, mate. You go first.
Well, 86 points after the hit, so 90 minus 4. Dubravka doing Dubravka things. The only pleasing thing on that, is obviously Ederson as over 25. That's turns out Ederson was the pick for the keepers. And then we've got, so I brought Gabriel in. So I've got the double Arsenal defence. Obviously, they scored so many goals that they both just get 6. Ake, obviously, just the huge disappointment. Huge disappointment in this double game week. I will be okay as long as he plays against his old club, Bournemouth. If he doesn't play that game, then I'll be very, very angry with Mr. Nathan. Saka, Richie. That's the kind of differential on the week. That was slightly, I had 3 low owned players this week, really, in Ake, Richarlison, and Darwin. They were the higher hopes, and they got 9 points between them. And that's been the pain for it. Foden, obviously, double blank. Jota, we know. Watkins, good old Ollie. Darwin on triple cap. Garnacho has 5 points on the bench.
Fair enough. So, as you say, like a green arrow, but it's like something with a chip you expect to. It's difficult, though. At the same time, though, it's difficult because so many triple captain Haaland that actually it was almost as if like there was no chip in play at all.
Yeah.
Really.
The frustration, obviously, is that you've tried to go as hard as you could. Is obviously I had to lose Trent before this game week. Or for this game week, as it were. The whole plan all the time was get triple for those ones. And it hasn't paid.
Yeah, agreed.
It hasn't paid. And now you've got to go crawling back. You know what I mean? It's like literally, I've got to go crawling back. Yeah. Like, come on, Dom. Come back.
I think we've both done well. I mean, Trent probably forced the hand, right? And we had to make a call as to whether to make that Van Dijk switch. Yeah. But is the additional 6 points, obviously scoring tonight, is that worth the transfer? Maybe just. I mean, maybe just. But
yeah,
Similar to you, I'm on 84 points. I made no transfers, so that is just gross net everything. I've gone from 1.47 up to 1.23. That's down to about 1.28 now, following if everything all stays the same. Dubravka in goal as well. It's Stupinan on the bench. Well, it's Stupinan on
Stupinan and
Brighton's
Trippier, mate,
bench.
for you. Like, Stupinan and Trippier are like elite defenders, like elite in this game.
Playing Bournemouth and Sheffield United.
Playing Bournemouth and Sheffield United,
and getting
2 points
1
between
point
them.
each. Yeah, it's just so ridiculous. But then, like, the fact that I've got double Newcastle defence when they are objectively like the worst defence in the league right now is pretty stinky. It kind of sucks.
It's pretty stinky, isn't it?
So, I kind of have to deal with
And they got Arsenal.
that. And they've got Arsenal next week. Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for the reminder. Gabriel came in for Pedro Porro, who, I still managed to get some bench wankery in there, which was nice. Saka, Gordon with a pen. Didn't know he was on pens.
Yes.
Take it. I'll take that. Jota, Foden, same as you. Alvarez, which was nice, getting the assist, or the assist that was given, but obviously the assist really comes from Nathan Collins, who slips and falls on his arse. And then obviously Darwin and triple captain Haaland, Areola, Palmer, Anderson on the bench. All correct decisions, really. Yeah,
They were the right choices in terms of where to put the players. But yeah, it's
just really awkward now looking at like you said to me, as people have started talking about Game Week 26 wildcard, you were like, have you thought about it? I was like, nah, don't fancy it because just more information. And we'll get onto this a bit more, but then I looked at my team this morning. I was like, I've got triple Newcastle against bloody Arsenal, haven't I? And I've got Estupinan who's not going to play. I've got 4 people that aren't playing, and I've got a couple of transfers to deal with it. So it doesn't feel fantastic. I've also got Palace defender. So it's not the
have got Burnley.
Yes, and then I've got Alvarez, who weirdly I still think is the biggest risk, even though he's the only City player to start every game this season.
25 out of 25 this season. It's
phenomenal. I still feel like he's the biggest risk.
It's mad, isn't it?
Because they are terrible. I mean, like they've been like the last 2 times where they've been terrible. I mean, I say last 2 times they've been terrible. I mean, he's been on the pitch every game anyway. So, like, how can you define when City have been terrible? Because they've also been amazing, and he's also been on the pitch for that.
Exactly. There has to be a time
put it down
where,
to him.
Like, I've moaned about Alvarez a lot of times on this pod over this season, but if Pep plays a guy 25 games out of 25 games, he definitely knows more than me.
He's his Premier League boy.
He knows more than any of us.
He's his Premier League boy. I mean, I think we were talking about Copenhagen, right? Do you think he did enough to just rest away in a few weeks' time? Probably. They're probably enough.
I think the good part about this game week coming up is that it's a 3:00 first game, isn't it?
Deadline,
so 1:30 deadline. City play at 5:30.
Yeah,
we've got some key players playing in the 3:00s, which I think means that there's a really good chance that we'll get some leaks.
Yeah, I added another City. I added another City leaker to my block list yesterday. That's fun.
Did you?
Yeah.
What do you make of? I know because I love to talk to you about blocking leakers, but there was a leak obviously this morning, wasn't there, about a Liverpool lineup? That it was one player out, and then suddenly there was another leak that Gomez starts. So the original leak had the full team, but it had Robbo instead of Gomez.
I saw that.
And then about 2 hours later, there's a Gomez starts, and then that's right. Is that enough to block a guy? If he's gone full team, we got it wrong.
I think if he's gone full team and got one wrong, and then like 2 hours later, I mean, I don't think it's quite worth a block. But I saw the guy, and I don't think anyone actually followed him. So I was like, well, he's probably just some guy guessing. I don't know.
No, I always find it hilarious how you're the block police. I always love it.
Everyone is the custodian of their own account. If they don't want to see shit leaks, then just block the person.
I love it. I know. It's good attention.
Oh, and it was pure attention.
Yeah.
So, do you own De Bruyne? Little
Ugh,
fucking star and TS. Like, piss off, man.
ugh, get
Anyway,
out.
get out.
Um,
Get out.
so game week's pretty much in the bank.
Yes.
What we do?
Well, first of all, just need to remind everyone that we've got a golf day coming up. And we've had some more people interested, which is good. So, we are getting up to about 60-ish% full now. So can't complain with that. 19th of April at Donington Grove in Newbury. Start at 9 o'clock, finish at 6 o'clock ish, or finish at 5, and then off into Newbury to hopefully watch a game of football, which will be good. Double game week, double blank game week 34, whatever will be going on that Friday evening. We'll be heading into Newbury for some
We'll
fun.
be
But
going regardless into Newbury.
well, yeah. I mean, I'm not driving 9 hours down the road just to go home after golf. That's not happening.
That's not how it works.
But yeah, if you want to get involved, then drop me a message or drop us an email just above the average FPL at gmail.com. The golf day is supported by the Entertainment Sports Agency, so thanks to those guys for helping us out with a lot of the organisation, which is fantastic. Really appreciate it. Promises to be a really good fun day. Lots of prizes, little games in there as well, throwing in some FPL style chips into the competition and things like that. There'll be Fireball. Fireball will exist on the day.
There's going to be special merch. If you like the merch, we've got some special merch. You had a delivery this week turn up.
I did.
Some very special balls turn up. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I don't think anyone's done it certainly of this scale, any golf meetups and stuff. So yeah.
Disclaimer: Harry Kane will not be there. Sorry.
Yet.
Yeah. Once Bayern sack him off for not winning a trophy, then he'll come down. I'm sure. Yeah. So that is the golf day. And if you do enjoy the content that we do, and you do enjoy this video, then make sure you drop a like on the video. And if you do want to see more, then make sure you hit subscribe. We've got a new little graphic thumbnail you may or may not have seen, and just let us know what you think of that in the comments. Let us know. Yeah, really always looking for feedback. And Meds, who's on X as well. I mean, he's doing a great job. So show your support if you do enjoy it. That'd be much appreciated.
Diaz goal 3-1.
Diaz goal. Oh, Kaz is going to be a prick on the time, isn't he? He's the first person I think of when I see that. When he's been chirping on about Diaz all.
There was a lot of people that went Diaz because they couldn't afford Jota, and well played.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So we can go wherever we want to go, to be honest, because we don't really want to do like a 2-hour pod when people are watching football and there's 70 in here today. It's not huge. We didn't expect it. So we can sort of pretty much go wherever you want to go, mate, and work it out.
We should probably, as we're a Spurs.
Oh, do we have to?
Yeah, we do need to just chat how bad Spurs were.
Okay, so this game, Tottenham 1, Wolves 2, pretty even on the XG. So we had 1.71, Wolves had 1.51. Mainly through like just an accumulation of chances. There's no real huge chances from either team in the game, and it didn't really feel like. I mean, I know that Gomez's goal is given as a big chance, whatever, fine, but yeah, I mean, it did just feel. I don't know. Do we just seem to trip up against Wolves as well? Isn't this like their fourth game unbeaten against us or something stupid like that?
Yeah, we are stupid against them, but I feel it's slightly different because O'Neill, obviously got the better of us there, and so they've done the double on us with this. I think obviously a lot of people are looking at Wolves this week because they've got Sheffield United, me included.
Yeah, me included.
But then, the way they played this game, I don't think that's how they'll play against Sheffield United. But what they showed was the ability to sit in, which they did brilliantly well against us. Like they've got, the likes of the Dawsons of this world that they know what they're doing. Like if they sit in, those guys will just get in front of stuff, get it out. Lamina and Gomez, they're a rock solid central midfield partnership. There's a reason why they've, let Neves go and Martinho go, and they've done really well in getting this really functional pair, but they work. Gomez isn't going to score like he did, he's certainly not going to score breaks every game. That their main job is work really hard. They played so much of the game with 10 men behind the ball, but what they did know is that you can spring on Tottenham so easily. And we're doing weird stuff, really. I just think we're doing weird stuff. Like no one does. No one, if you watch like past maps, so I said our friend, I'll mark our stat spot when you look at how we run. Tottenham run as a 2 at the back, 2 centre backs.
Yeah.
And then there's a big line, including the forward. So, it's like a 2 and then 8 that sit around in this position. The fullbacks come in, but the wingers you also want to come in because they're inverted. So we're not playing fullback, we're not playing wingers on the natural side. So Son doesn't really want to be out there on the left. And
Kulusevski has no right foot.
Has no right foot. So therefore, if you sit in against Tottenham, it's a problem, isn't it? And then a big problem is that there's no 6 that drops in. So virtually every team, a 2 becomes a 3. So if you're going to commit forward, you've got that third player that either, it's either a fullback that comes in and becomes the third one. So like the left back often at Man City or Rodri, they take turns and they'll be the person that sits with the 2 at the back. If you watch Arsenal, so Kiwior did it, brilliantly against Burnley, so they formed the 3 at the back, and
even Conor Bradley was doing it against Brentford.
Yeah, everybody does it, but you have a 3, but we don't. We just have the 2, and then the 6 doesn't stay there. So whoever we've played there this season, Bentancur, Basuma didn't do it. He just ran off side to side, does whatever he wants to do. It's just a really big problem that as soon as you spring on them, you're like, oh, right. And you can progress so far up the pitch so quickly because no one's tackling them. Like, because if you're Van der Ven and the guy's running, you've got to go back. You can't go to it because if he gets past you, you're done.
It's literally, that's it. You're done 40 yards away.
So, whereas if you've got 3, like somebody drops and the other one goes. So therefore the counters are just not as quick. And it's just killing us. It's just killing us from a defensive perspective. So it obviously showed that, Porro and Udogie, like that's a big difference, to Royal and Davies. But somebody's got to sit in with those 2. It's got to become a 3. Like, it's not, because if you're going to do it as a 2, you've got to be brilliant in attack. And Maddo, he ain't on it. I think if I want to be really scathing on Maddo, I compare it to, do you remember when we brought Sigurdsson in? And Sigurdsson had been playing for Everton. Was it Everton? It was Everton before us, wasn't he?
I think he went to Everton from us, did he?
Or did he went to Everton after?
Swansea to us.
Everton after, I think. Swansea to us, didn't he? Yeah. Swansea to us, Everton. But one of the things is when he came in, we'd previously had like Modric in there, and even like players like Kranjčar in there, who were really, really on the first touch could take and turn and go. Like, and then when you put it really hard into Sigurdsson, you just bounce off him, and you'll be like, oh, he can't really play 10 in a really attacking team against teams that sit in low because he hasn't quite got that ability. And Maddo, I see it a little bit with him too. I feel like he's much better in a transition state than he is in that team's camped in. I don't feel like he has got that killer ball or that ability to.
I don't know. I think we saw part of it at the start of the season. I think we saw a part of it earlier. Maybe I think I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt here, back from injury and stuff. So, maybe let's say benefit of the doubt. We start to see more of it.
I still love him. I love him, but I wonder if I would love him as much if he wasn't so lovable. Do you know what I mean? Like, he talks so well. He is such a decent guy and stuff like that, that I feel like every part of my fibre in my body wants him to be brilliant. But I look at it, I'm like, is he the 10? Is he the maestro? Do you know what I mean? Is he the guy that is he Odegaard?
Yeah.
Like, has he got the swagger of Odegaard? Because I watched Odegaard against Burnley and was like,
Yeah.
he ain't Mallow ain't in that league.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I think we need to move away from Spurs a little bit just because we're not playing this week more than
but
anything.
people are going to be thinking of us for 27, aren't they? Like, it's big on the
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
Like,
true.
everyone's like naturally
We'll have another
assumptive
pod.
that we're going to get that they're going to get Sun in 27. But what we all need to do is try and listen to what's happening in this 2 weeks off.
Yeah, yeah.
Because what I don't think you can do is necessarily carry forward from this what we see in 27, because 2 weeks is a long time. If we look at Arsenal, they had 2 weeks off. Look how good they've been since they had 2 weeks off.
Mm.
Like magic. But Son had no shots in this game. So Son had no shots. Maddo's kind of struggling in that middle. Rich is then not getting the service and not really capable without the service.
No. He can't create his own stuff because he's too busy running around doing a lot of hard work. I mean, I felt like he was just doing too much hard work.
And it's just like, as soon as one bad game goes in, you immediately start thinking, maybe Son should be the 9.
Yeah.
Maybe Son should be the 9.
But maybe that's what Ange's done by giving himself options with Werner and stuff like that, is that you can. I hate Werner still.
Yeah, I do. But I've gone from Rich is the 9, Rich is the 9. He's doing me well for doing me staying.
But he was.
But teams have worked this out. Brentford had worked this out. Brighton had worked this out. Wolves have worked this out. These 3 teams have all worked us out and they've done a number on us. And we've got away with some points.
Yeah.
Like, we have a little bit. Like, this was coming. This result was coming. That's why it hurts more than others. Is that this hurts? Would I sell any Spurs assets for 26 because they've got a blank? I definitely wouldn't, because 2 weeks off, we might have to rip it all up. But also, I think there's a lot of people, like, you're looking, obviously, you're considering wild card in either 26 or 27.
Yeah.
We're not going to have a game to know what to do with Spurs.
Yeah. We're not.
Which is a problem.
It's a big leap of faith.
Yeah.
Which is easier for us to make.
It's easier for me and you.
Yeah,
But if I wasn't me and you, I'd be like, God.
Yeah.
You're like, we've seen it recently, haven't we? A lot of people sold Saka, didn't they? Before a lot of people sold Saka before that 2-week break. And look how it's hurt them.
Yeah.
Should we quickly do Arsenal then?
We can do.
It's like it helps balance us out.
There he is.
How much do you put this to Arsenal good, to Burnley bad?
I mean, both, I guess. Both, I guess. I mean, like, they've just become absolutely ruthless. The quality of the opposition. Maybe they just love playing teams in claret and blue. It might be that. But no, jokes aside, I mean, Burnley weren't ever going to lay a glove on the best defence in the league. And all of their attack is functioning right now. Like Trossard, we weren't sure about coming into the team, obviously last year when he came in. But he fits nicely. He fits nicely now, complements quite nicely. And it was always a problem having Jesus out the side. There's no issues now having Jesus out the side. None at all. Whatever problem they did have with that, they've fixed it. Getting Havertz on the score sheet as well. I mean, they're just working. Like, I think the goalkeeping for Saka's second goal could have been better, for sure. I think it just goes above Trafford's head. Like, it's just right there. Not going to complain too much, I guess, at this point, because they were already smashing them, and I've got Saka, so, whatever. But, yeah, I mean, they're in a good place.
I've obviously now tripled up with the Saliba and Gabriel partnership type space, but on wildcard now, and I think it is a now conversation, because I think once it goes to 27, I think it might be too late. But if you haven't tripled up, like for Jota, like is Odegaard just the play? Do you just Odegaard, Saka, Gabriel? Are they the clear three, or is it still double defense?
I don't know. The thing with Odegaard is that he's been hot and cold this season. In fact, he's not even just been cold; he's been absolutely freezing. And we're saying that
stone cold.
Yeah, and we're saying that coming back in now, he's going to get hot, but he's the kind of player that I know you in particular as well will just you'll go off him so quickly. And I don't think Odegaard is the one I would want to commit to. I think I'd feel much more comfortable relying on the back line to do that. I even think Raya's a fine pick if you don't want to go Saliba. Like he's up there at like the second or third highest points per game for the keepers all season. Like it's just solid pick.
My problem, a little bit of Raya and a little bit of Odegaard is, well, there's not really competition for places in keepers, but I feel like you could just do Raya and leave it forever. But it's just they're so good at set pieces. I loved the idea of having both defenders, and then I look at the midfield and I'm like, we've had this before. Like we had a really long spell, didn't we, with Martinelli and Jesus last season, where it was like, oh, okay, it's their time. And then they have spells where suddenly it's the Odegaard and Saka show, and it feels like we're in that really nice period of Odegaard and Saka show. I think this week, bearing in mind it's Newcastle and what they've been like in
I was gonna say, I don't think this is not a tough fixture for them. Like if it would be red, it's red tickered, but I think it's green in reality. The way that Newcastle are playing,
it's a golden matchup in a way, isn't it? Because at the moment, what we're seeing is that they're doing everything through their right. So this is another Martinelli no-show, effectively, that we're seeing over and over again. Most of the good stuff is coming through the right-hand side, and they're coming up against
Dan,
who's been just the worst defender on earth. But like, what could you do if you're Eddie Howe? Like, what do you do? Like, you can't play Livramento against Saka, can you?
I mean, is he at the point where he has to just start trying stuff because they're not qualifying for the Champions League this year?
But I feel like he's going to have to play Dan Burn again. Like, I don't think you could put Livramento against these two.
I think you're going to need Dan Burn from a set piece defensive point of view.
Yeah, and set piece.
Like because you're not going to get many.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's terrible. Like when we discuss it, my bus captain's on Saka because I'm like, how the hell do I not attack Dan Burn in this game? How the hell do you not attack Dan Burn?
Yeah.
Like we used to be, like I remember FML used to be the target Joel Ward. Right now, it's target Dan Burn. Like they might do Livramento because obviously he's right-footed, so therefore when Saka comes inside, he's got him. But that feels dangerous as hell because, like, you look at the goal that he scored high into the net, like you say, Travis, you've done it, but he's just taken the face off of it.
Yeah.
He's got that near post high shot, so good.
Yeah.
It's
difficult.
Dangerous.
I mean, does he play Livramento on the right and send Trips over there to go and deal with him?
Yeah, go on. Yeah, do you remember what Son did to Trips like at our place? Like genuinely, like it was like
this is true. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm like, I don't know a way that they stop Saka this weekend. This sounds disgusting how excited I am about an Arsenal attacker, but I'm like,
you are a disgrace.
You know what I mean? Like it's like they're so ridiculous. Anyway, I'm going to try and
I'm sitting here with triple Newcastle as well. I suppose we better talk about Newcastle while we're there. So Newcastle 2, Bournemouth 2, again pretty even on XG, about 2.3 for Newcastle and 2.5 for Bournemouth.
That's weird, though, isn't it? 2.5 for Bournemouth at St James's, rocking St James's Park. It's weird.
Like Bournemouth have put up 2.5. Luton have put up 3. Have they not? Did Luton not put up like 2.5, 3? They score 4 goals. Like, this is a problem, man. I mean, we just said it, but this is like a huge problem. Like, Richie comes in and saves the day at the end, and Gordon gets a penalty. Yeah, you take those 2 chances away, which fair enough. You obviously can't, but you take those 2 chances away, and you took in like 0.8 xg. Like, they're just hardly anything else created in the game. I mean, that
I don't know how I don't.
I don't understand how. I don't understand how Eddie Howe's.
I keep looking at it like, why would I put it on him? And I was like, why would I take this off him? But I can't.
I get it. I hate it, but I get it.
Yes, it's so irritating. Like, it's the last thing I want to do. But and Dom, like
yeah,
that's all Dom. Before the goal, that's still all Dom.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like a problem, but we all made it. We all knew what we were getting ourselves in for. Some people didn't sell Solanke and reaped,
and could have reaped even more.
Yeah,
this could have been a 20-pointer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, talking to strikers who are in good place. I mean, if you are sitting with your triple captain chip still in hand, I mean, 28 has to be the biggest lock ever now. Like,
yeah,
just a pure lock, which is.
And he's got Burnley in 27.
Yeah.
So you've almost. It doesn't matter who you've got, really. You've banked to transfer in.
Yeah, it's true.
Interesting one for Tony owners now, isn't it? Because if you've got Tony, you know he's got a good fixture in 29. But what do you do if you've got when there's Haaland, Watkins, and Solanke? Because obviously Watkins has got these great fixtures. Let's do him next. But Watkins has got these fixtures. I've just got waylaid because there's a 4th goal for Liverpool late on.
Oh, don't you dare! This would be just so typical, wouldn't it?
There's a 4th goal.
Harvey
Elliott. We don't mind that.
No way.
Wait for see the assist.
We're waiting. I was about to say, there's no Harvey Elliott. There's no way that's a Van Dijk assist. Surely.
Could be a Bradley. Could be a Bradley assist.
No, he's off the pitch.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Yeah, went off for Robbo. 68th minute.
Could be a double Robbo assist.
Oh, if that's check WhatsApp. If it's a Robbo assist, you'll know.
Yeah, we will know.
Robbo assist, though, lovely. No, hold on.
No. That was for the first couple. Anyway, back to this. Yes. The podcast by our casual mates smashing us up. Yeah, Dom, you got to get him in for 27. And yeah, it's a really weird one if you've got Tony. Like, there comes a point where people either need to take a chance and go against Watkins with 2 really good fixtures in 26. Like Watkins has got Forest and then he's got Luton. And they are conceding. What anyone says they concede.
So who would your front 3 be in game week 27 then?
Oh, you've just got it's just the most vanilla front line of all time, and just Solanke, Watkins, and Haaland.
Okay.
Just feel like you have to. But I would do that because I still think that home to Man United is a really good Haaland game. And I also think home to Liverpool, you're going to go look tonight, and Liverpool are still, like, they're still struggling.
Yeah.
Defensively.
There is a lot of talk of just doing obviously Haaland out to Tony or Solanke or whoever else. I mean,
yeah,
just so you get, like, I think there's going to be a lot of Tony, Solanke, Watkins.
I think we have those like weird like perfect storms. If people are wildcard in 26, I would do Haaland, Watkins, and Solanke and just be like, that's what it is. But in 27, you might get itchy and be like, well, there's only 2 games, and it could just destroy you in 2 games, but it could also work. Like, and I feel like that's almost like it almost tempt me to wildcard in 26 over 27, because I'll be like, well, at least I don't have to go without Haaland then. But there could also be, there could be an amazing opportunity that turns up. Like we could have Tony message at 1 o'clock, like on Twitter, and say, well, it'd be 128, obviously. Imagine if he said on 128 that Haaland doesn't play in 26 when no one's got any players. What do I let you know I love this doomsayer stuff, but what do we all do if we find out Haaland doesn't play in 26?
I don't know. I probably just transfer him to Hoyland and then wildcard the next week.
It could push everyone over the edge,
genuinely what I would probably do. I think because I don't think I'm in a position where I still don't think I'm in a position where I want to wildcard in 26. So I think
you've got enough players, mate.
Yeah,
I just think,
and if I can,
enough players,
I have, but I've got a lot of crap players. I mean, I might take a hit this week, and I know that's not necessary. But the last time I took a hit pre-wildcard, and it's a stupid thing to remember, but I brought in double Spurs. Do you remember when they scored like 16 points each or something like that?
Leicester.
Yeah, was it Leicester? Oh yeah, Son comes off the bench and scores a hat trick or something. Yeah,
that's what it was.
Yeah, so I don't mind taking a punt, like a dead end punt. But anyway, so
Solanke good. Even home to Man City, I think he's good.
I mean, I don't think he's not going to get many chances. I don't think against City, right? The game's going to be played.
If you haven't got him, it's not desperate, but I definitely want him for 27. So going somewhere else for more fun for 26, I think
is unnecessary. You just take the 2 points from Solanke plus whatever else you get from him, and then then you're set for 27, 28. I'm in agreement with that.
Yeah. I don't know as much else to discuss. The only thing I'd say with Ollie Watkins for his ones is Villa didn't. He's done enough. Obviously,
he's ended
up. They played Fulham. So it's Fulham, and it was like a 1.5 XG game each of them.
That's it
for him. But yeah, including that, it's a disallowed, or not including that. Sorry, it's a disallowed goal for Fulham. And so that could have made a difference to how this game went. But it just feels like Ollie's on it at the moment. I feel like he prefers playing. I feel like if he can, he prefers playing with Bailey. I feel like that's a good thing. Defensively, we've been saying I think they're going to struggle because of Kamara out and just defensive numbers out. I think we're still seeing that.
Yeah. I mean, these numbers last 6 games are ridiculous. Like his XGI is ridiculous last 6. In fact, so 1.05, then nothing against Everton really, and then 0.7, 0.9, 0.8, and then 1.2. Like it's just solid, like every week, solid.
If you added Ollie Watkins to Tottenham or Liverpool, then I think
probably
Liverpool probably win the league. It almost shoes us in for top 4. Like he's just a top boy. Like he is such when you watch him play, you're like, yeah, big old number 9. He's just class. He's just class. What about Doug?
He's not on my radar.
Is he not on your radar because you think you're going to wildcard before 29?
Probably, yeah. That's probably it. That's probably it. I mean, the thing is I will know what game week 29 looks like. I will have those fixtures, right? I'll have everything. So will Doug Luiz be the best option, or would say it's weird to say like a Garnacho. Would Garnacho be a better option if United get knocked out by Forest?
Well, look, mate,
would getting Cole Palmer back in be a better option if Chelsea get knocked out by Leeds? Because Chelsea, like if that scenario happens, for example, like Chelsea, they've got the highest number of fixtures, really. Well, they do.
Yeah.
Because they do, because Chelsea and Tottenham have the highest number of fixtures left. So, and, before we know it, we're going to want him back in.
There's a potential, I think, for regret with Doug. Because I think with Doug, the massive benefit is if he returns, you're in. You're in. Like 22 bonus from 11 returns, that is absurd. Like it's absurd. Um, but he's reliant on certain things happening. So Watkins could have got a penalty in this game, and if he got the penalty, hey, guess what?
Yeah, Doug Luiz.
Doug would have got probably 9 points in this game because no clean. Because one of the other things is like Villa are now keeping less cleans, so therefore it's like, oh, if he gets a penalty,
Yeah, all
it's even
defenders
more
are out.
likely he gets at least 2 bonus every
Mm,
time. So if he gets it, great. There's a chance where even if he gets a corner assist, he might get something um, for them. Like he does have a lot of ways of shithousing points, but he could also just get 2 1 pointers. He could get booked because he's basically playing defensive midfield, um, and not get the penalty, and it turns out to be nothing.
yeah,
Um, I think as long as you're comfortable that when you're picking it, you know what dice you're rolling and you know why you're rolling it that way, then I think it's cool because he does play. Has a good fiction 26. He's away. Most of his points have been at home. But if he doesn't get that gap, doesn't get that in 26, you then end up yourself in a weird position in like 27. Like if he's your eighth attacker, you're like, oh, do I play him away to Luton or not? It causes a bit of an issue. It causes less of an issue for me because obviously I've got Garnacho, so he's away at City. So if I did get him, I'm like, oh, well, that makes it easy. I just bench Garnacho and I play
yeah,
Luton
yeah,
in. I aim Luton in that one. And then he plays 29. So there is bits of it that says, oh, it does make some sense. But if I brought him in this week and then it turned out that, like you say, if Leeds beat Chelsea, I'd be like, I don't want Doug in my team. I want Palmer.
yeah, yeah. Like, without even thinking about it, because you get
Don't want
pens
that.
and you get all the fun with it as well.
If Bournemouth and Wolves, which you said about a few weeks ago that could be the one, then I'm like, well, I wanted Hwang.
Yeah,
And if Forest beat Man United with Man United at home, well, if I haven't got a Garnacho, I definitely want Garnacho
yeah,
because he's got a good fixture in 26 and he could have Sheffield United in 29.
yeah, yeah.
Like if one of those other, cup I heard
Cup
I
sets.
listened really good. Did you hear that
Yeah,
on FPL? I listened to that. FPL Optimize call out the Ted Lasso regen, Alistair. Um, used the word cup set on that
yeah.
pod, and I was like, that's one of the best things I've ever heard.
Yeah, I did.
I'm glad you noticed
I
that
did
too.
catch that. I did catch that.
Fantastic.
He corrected
Um,
himself. He corrected himself and said cup upset, but then El Spaceman just went straight in with the cup sets.
Once he
I
was
love
done
it.
on cup set,
I love
it's
it.
cup set for life. Yeah, brilliant. Really good. Look, if you want a pod that will make you think like bloody hell, we're not that smart at this game. That's one to listen to. But I thought it was really. I mean, I thought
I sent a message to Sertup. I said, great episode. Made me feel really stupid for ages. just just such a logical, reasonable discussion, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah, no, so I would go and check that
I
out.
don't
FPL
think I've
optimized.
heard someone speak as well as Spaceman on a pod in a long, long time. Like, he was. I thought it was incredible. But yes, cup set was the biggest takeaway for me was using the word cup set. I loved it. Um, but yeah, if Bournemouth and Wolves somehow drop in, then you're like, oh, it's Wolves at home to Bournemouth. I definitely want to hang on Eto over Doug.
Yeah,
So he could find himself at the moment that he'll be in every free hit team, but if there's one change, he'll be in no free hit teams, or people won't free hit and won't need to.
yeah,
Um, and so I think I'm probably going to pass on Doug. And it fits our MO that we've hated him all season.
fair enough. Yeah, yeah, it does. It does.
Well, do we have anything else to discuss from last week?
I don't know. So just, I mean, I've got obviously the Liverpool game. We've got that. We've done that.
Yeah.
We've talked Burnley, Arsenal. That's that game. I'm just trying to remind myself what the
We're
games are.
definitely not talking about Everton, Palace, Sheffield United, Brighton.
Um, I mean,
I mean,
Like Noah Stupinan is obviously a problem. Like I feel gutted as an owner and to people who picked him up because he feels like he felt like the obvious pick, right? Just
It's
felt
just
like
such a
such a
good game for him. Like,
yeah
why is it like? But he was, like I say, seeing him in the flesh, something's not right. So there's a lot of things as he fallen out. Something wasn't right. Like when I watched him, I was like, he's bad. Our friend Rockstar owns him, and Rocky messaged me and said, "How is he?" Like at half time, and I was like, "He's absolutely terrible." The word I used was dog shit. Was the word I used to Rocky when he asked me at half time how he was, because I thought he was. He
yeah.
was. He was really bad. Um, and I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm like, do you just need someone like a blocker because Matoma's going to do all the work? Like, is he getting in the way? I
Again,
just
this
don't
wasn't
know really.
this that was his enabling
That was
feature
his
in the
thing.
first. It's his enabling feature in the first 7 weeks of the season.
Doesn't make sense. None of it. But something's maybe it's just not right. Like
Like
maybe you can have good
we literally
players and they
came
just
out of Fest. I remember coming out of Fest, and the next day, and we were chatting while we were both sort of on the way home, and you were like, "How Estupinan hasn't got anything from this game is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen."
yeah,
Pops up with an assist, gets all three bonus and everything like
underlap,
huge.
overlap,
Yeah.
doing all the rest.
So
But there was no
what's changed?
energy in his performance at Tottenham. There was no energy in him. Like it felt like he was like, "Oof."
He got rolled by
um,
Kulusevski and then outpaced as he ran past him, which is pretty unusual for
yeah, just
most.
something about it was not quite right. I just wonder if he's still carrying something. I
Maybe.
don't think they're saying about falling out. I don't think it's falling out. I think maybe if anything, um, he's carrying something, but it's I still wouldn't do anything with him this week because I feel like he'll come on, which effectively, if you're going to hit him out, because everyone's got to hit him out, no one's got the luxury transfers that they're just taking him out. Just think of it as he's already on 5 points, and if he starts, then he's on lot. He probably is on a lot more than that.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
You can't. I don't think I could like just add 4 points to his total. He'll definitely get one coming on.
Yeah.
Give him the four.
Is a Dinger going to be the player like the best player that we never own again, or never own?
Well, I've owned him for enough
I know,
weeks, mate. Um, Probably.
just because
But
of
we
the
will.
spots and but
We will.
the fixtures all the way to the end though. I mean, are they good enough? Doesn't
I
feel like there's
think
ever a run, is there?
no, I think maybe if 34 double for them
Yeah,
is a potential. So I
what
think
the whole
maybe then.
week, free hit.
Believe me, I had him on my bench many weeks, and I think I started him once when he actually returned, and everything else just sat on
Yeah.
my bench. So I think it'll be the same deal.
Yep.
I think I'd rather Garnacho in that sense. Man United, then should we do Man United?
Can do.
God, we've already done a lot of time, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. We still haven't talked about our games, our teams for the next week.
Yeah, Hoyland, Garnacho,
It's big games.
Fulham have been
This is a big
leaky.
game state game. Big game state
Yeah,
game. Like they go up too early, and then bit of lax defensively, and then Luton obviously always chase him. But United still have some good chances in that second half, and arguably should have
it,
extended the
I'm
lead.
I actually amazed it's only 2.8 xg because they felt like bigger than that.
Mm.
They felt like it's weird. It's like it feels like Luton would if you're a Luton fan, you come away feeling unlucky that you didn't get back in that and get a 2-2. But as a Man United fan, you'd be like, how did we not score five?
Yeah,
The Garnacho around the keeper. Like they
yeah,
managed to
yeah.
make their XG smaller by when they took the shot. Like Garnacho when he goes around the keeper should have scored and then checks back.
Very true.
But Bruno, like because he got around the keeper is quite a way out, doesn't quite get the XG that it is. So a lot of the stuff here doesn't really translate. But Hoyland's Hoyland's like a baby Kane when you watch him. Like he's a good passer. He drops. He knows when to drop, and he can pull people. That means that. But he needs those overlappers. He needs the sun that gets behind, and Garnacho and Rashford are doing that. But Garnacho's fire at the moment.
Yeah, that's a really good
Um,
comparison actually. Um,
yeah, It feels that way,
like Baby Kane, but
especially when
with
they
a bit of extra
when
pace as
that
well.
yeah, especially when that was the guy they wanted. It almost feels like we really want Kane. We really want Kane. Oh, we're not getting Kane. Well, we'll find a profile that fits like it. But he suits the transition well because actually he does that drop that means, oh, there's sunny space behind me. It's just good.
Yeah, cool.
Uh, so this week, our teams.
Well, this is the week that we've got coming up. So, arguably not as many goals, but normal teams standing out. So City away at Bournemouth, expected to score 2.4, concede 1 though. So, defensively, I mean, that's just more of a testament to Bournemouth,
It's
I guess,
away,
than
innit?
anything else.
2.4 is a lot for an away game, though. 2.4 XG expected for an away game. What's even more goals?
Yeah. And then Arsenal 2.5 at home to Newcastle.
Big.
Yeah, that feels big.
Feels big for the team that were like a top 14 from last year. That feels mad.
Yeah. Also, I said like Newcastle aren't going to get the Champions League this year. I'm surprised they might not have acted a little bit sooner on Eddie Howe. I mean, he can't be telling the truth when he has board meetings and shit, can he? Full barefaced liar.
Well, United 2.2, Villa 2.2,
Wolves 2.2.
Wolves 2.5. We're shouting the pods here, but shout out to Mars. But if you want some confirmation bias, which I did because I'm thinking of doing Jota to Wang, I might even do it after this. I'll go look at the price changes. Might even do it after this. But I've been sort of deliberating on the Neto Wang situation, and I was like, do you know what I want?
I know where you're going.
Sonaldo. I want to see Sonaldo talk about Wang. Go to Burning Questions. It's brilliant. What was even funnier about it was that Harry had managed to mute his mic at the time when Andy was talking about Huang. So it was just pure propaganda of it. But you just look at his beautiful, excited face. And I was like talking about Huang, and I was like, I want Huang on my team. I want the voice note from Sonaldo on the weekend when Huang does the big brace and, and be like, yeah, I'm on it. Just goodness. So I'm full Korean now. I'm Huang this week, Sun next week. Job's done.
Easy game.
Easy game.
I think the thing is, I mean, we normally look at this and think like about what kind of decisions can we make. I think a lot of the decisions are kind of forced for us, because of the paths that we're needing to take to game week 29, etc.
How do you move? Like you said, if you've got Brighton players this week, you play them home to Everton. Definitely doesn't matter what's been going on. Like, I mean, Gross obviously is again just smashed it off 1 assist. But if you've got them, you play them. Man United players, if you got them, you play them. Well, I mean, we all play whoever we got this week.
Yeah,
we ain't got enough players.
You're only ever going to get 11, but yes.
Yeah.
I have Joachim Anderson at home to Burnley.
But you got to play him, mate. He's home to Burnley. Got to play him. He's home to Burnley.
Yeah.
But players to bring in if you want a replacement for Darwin, then obviously if you haven't got Ollie Watkins, you get Ollie Watkins. Look at this, you get Ollie Watkins. Don't muck about. You could muck about with Hoyland if you think that's fun. And actually, look, predictions are about the same. But those are really striker options. From a midfielder's options, Wang, Doug, Odegaard, Garnacho.
Yeah, that's about this.
Pick your poison.
Yeah.
Get as many as you can with it, but yeah, I think Jota for Wang will be me, and I think I'll do Solanke for Darwin on the basis of twos. It's a -2, not a -4 this week.
I was genuinely tempted to do those two moves that you've mentioned, as well as Alvarez to Hoyland as a 1 weeker on a -4 on the provisory that he goes nuts, scores a couple of goals again, gets 13 points, and it all works out
Mm.
type thing. Because
I think it's
United
a
are doing all right.
decision that could be made though by Tony, couldn't he? Good old FPL Tony, if he tells us pre-game that
Yeah.
Alvarez don't play, then you know what to do. But Watkins has got to be the priority, really, isn't he?
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be the priority. Sorry. So
yeah,
Darwin to Watkins, Alvarez to Hoyland was what I was talking about. I'm bored,
Here's
mate.
the
I'm
question.
genuinely bored. I've made so many sensible moves in the last 12 weeks.
Yeah. I get it.
I'm just itching for something to do.
I get it.
Just to enjoy
I get it. Well, I think Ireland's a good pick now, so I don't think it's a bad pick.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is he's been a good pick for a while. In truth,
Yeah.
you just haven't been able to get to him, and it's going to be one of those. As soon as he comes in and becomes an option, like he stops scoring. That's just typical FPL type stuff.
I think the good thing on Hoyland, in a way, is especially for you, where you've got triple Newcastle and don't really like it, is it kind of pushes you down that wild card route a bit more than not. And sometimes you need to do that. Like you feel like you've made a dead end decision where you're like, I like this. And I think if I'm looking at these, I think Nuno is showing more life in Forest potentially than Fulham. Who are just, I think Fulham are going through the motions a bit now. They're not going down. They're not doing anything. They're just Fulham. They're carrying on. They're getting some more money that helps them do the stuff they do. They're existing. Sorry, Fulham fans. But I feel like Nuno has got that team working hard, and you know, if you ask me where's the upset, I fancy Man United at the moment. They're really on a charge to try and catch Villa and Tottenham. They're going to make that. They want to make that a little 3-horse race around that for that fourth. Yeah, I just back them a bit more. But I do obviously love Ollie Watkins. So
you just think United's fine in the cup, but you think Villa is a step too far in the league for Nuno.
Yeah, I'm a boring man. So would I risk Watkins over Rasmus? Absolutely not. No, I am not doing that.
No, that's fair. I just wonder actually if there is a risk, if there is a week to risk go against Watkins, could this be it? Given Forest's little resurgence.
Yeah. I think you can. I think
so. Instead of taking that,
they're both good
because then I benefit from 4 points. Because in theory, then you benefit from 4 points from not having to hit out Alvarez and any points that he gets, etc., etc. So yeah, we'll wait and see what happens on Saturday afternoon, and then move through.
I've just said like for now, right now, I'm on Saka cap, and I'm a dull capper. So I look at this and say 2.4 for Man City. Like, what am I thinking taking on Haaland? But is this a week to take him on?
Mate, he did just put up like 2.7 XG in a game week. Like, regardless of the fact they only scored 1 goal.
He had the chances. He had the
chances to do so.
He had the share of the chances as well. It's still the share of it, which you look at it and you're like, so if they're going to put up somewhere between 2 to 3 goals, do I expect him to score? Yes, I do. Do I expect him, especially because it's a blank game week, so limited options. So he's going to be like 170, 180 owned, isn't he?
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, but you can forget ownership, right? Everyone owns Saka, everyone owns Haaland. Like, just pick the one that you think is going to score the most points.
Yeah,
and if you think it's Saka versus Dan Burn, or if you think it's Haaland versus Senesi and whoever else plays with Senesi.
Oh, Senesi's a baller. I'm looking at bringing him in.
Yeah, easy.
I mean, I just think this is a good week, an unbelievable matchup for Saka. So for me at the moment, that's where I'm sitting. Even though I am scared.
Yeah, fair enough. That's fair enough.
What about you? Where are you thinking?
I haven't taken it off Haaland yet, so I wasn't going to overthink it.
You haven't got Højlund or Hwang in your team as yet.
I haven't got Højlund or Hwang in my team yet, no. But like, well, I mean, like I could have. I mean, Hwang feels like he could be an option as well. But we still don't know much about we still don't know the bit about the penalties, do we? For Wolves. So there's a lot of talk saying
No.
Sarabia took like the last penalty when Hwang wasn't on the pitch. So could he still be on pens? Because he hasn't
I
missed
saw
a
some
pen.
stuff said like 17 out of 17 or something in his career.
And then
If I was building narrative, what I always remember was amazing was that, and maybe Danny talks about the background of this, but in the Asian Cup, didn't he take the penalty off of Son to take it in extra time? So Son won the penalty and he took but Hwang took the penalty over Son. And I was like, whoa, that is like a man that says, I'm taking penalties. That's, if I'm looking at a thing like for Korea in the Asian Cups, Son wins a penalty.
Yeah.
The biggest man in the world. And he says, I'm having that.
Yeah.
Just like if you can take him off Son for Korea, you can take him off Sarabia for Wolves.
That's true. Fair point.
That was my thing. Right?
Fair point. Fair point. Cool. So yeah, so captaincy for me. I mean, like, I could be swayed onto Saka. I can be swayed onto Saka. It does make sense from a matchup point of view.
Join me.
And
me
as being said in the chat as well,
darkest of sides.
City away from home as well is never usually as pretty as City at home. So there's always that. Do we want to look at our teams now? I mean, like these, like people have seen our teams. This is kind of the state, not the state. Well, I suppose this is the state. This is the state of our teams.
Yeah, I mean, I'm relying on people. So Areola's in goal under Brentford over Dubravka away at Arsenal. Saliba, Gabriel, Saka, and Ake. Sorry. And then I've got Garnacho, Foden, currently Saka cap, Haaland and Watkins playing. My two in my team that aren't playing are Jota and Darwin. I'm expecting to go Darwin to Solanke and Jota to Hwang for -4 for my 9th -4 of the season.
Good effort.
9 -4s.
Good effort.
Rank, mate. Not fun.
I've got a couple of frees.
Oh yeah, you rolled.
Yeah, I rolled. So I've got a couple of frees.
Oh, you definitely can't wild card when you got 2 free transfers, mate.
3.2 million in the world. Wait, I've got 2 free transfers.
Hold on. You're talking about a wild card and you've got 10 players already playing. You've got 2 free transfers.
I'm not talking about wild carding in 26. That was you telling me to wild card in 26.
That was me. Yeah, definitely that wild card 26.
No, so I can obviously get. I mean, Dubravka's not going to be in goal, is he? Areola's going to go in. But Darwin will become Watkins or Højlund, and then a second transfer probably takes Jota out just because of money. Not that I really need anything else, because the best midfielder you can probably pick this week is probably Garnacho in terms of ones that I don't have, or Hee-chan. So I do need Wolves coverage here at some point, somewhere. So Jota to Hwang and Darwin to Watkins / Højlund is kind of the way, and then then see what I can do from there. I mean, I will have a 12th player, so it's like, who do I bench? I'll actually have somebody on my bench, which would be nice.
Man, like, so if you're benching someone in this team, for me, it's got to be Trippier or Stupinan.
Yeah, it is. It is. And it feels like it has to be Trippier.
It has to be Trippier, I think. And you're then, but we'll have pressers. So hopefully, De Zerbi's been really frank. I can't believe that he won't be asked something about a Stupinan this presser. So they might give you the option for it. But I think benching Trippier this week is fine. You're then getting back Porro and Palmer a week after. You've got
wildcarding next week, mate. It's fine. Forget that.
I don't even know you will want to, though, because Newcastle home to Wolves in 27 is a good fixture.
It is good. It is good.
I'm not sure. I feel like on your team is.
I mean, the good thing is I don't have to make any decisions right now, right?
No. The only big thing is obviously next week. Potentially the two players that you'd look for would be Son, or you'd look at Solanke.
Yeah.
But if you did Darwin to Watkins this week, and you did Jota to Wang, and then next week you did Alvarez to Solanke, you've got the team everybody else has got. So
Yeah.
therefore, it's like you're okay. Free hit in 29, wild card out of it, job's done.
Yeah.
Feels okay.
Feels okay.
More than okay. Yeah, it feels more than okay.
I still don't like having this double. I mean, I need to. I feel like I need to. I don't need to remove Trippier, but I feel like I need to remove Trippier because I just don't like this double Newcastle defense set up here. And I just think there are better. I mean, there's obviously just better players to have even in this shorter window. And I can get through 29 without a free hit, and then I can use my free hit on games like 37, for example. Well, no, I need bench boost for 37, but 34.
But wildcard's still the most powerful chip of all. So if you had a good team for 26, 27, and 28, which I think looks like you will, then you can always just free hit, and then you wildcard out of it, and you're set up with much more information in front of you.
Yeah. Yeah, well, as I say, I can see. Like, it might be a world. There might be a world where, like, Gabriel, Saka are playing in 29, as is Palmer, obviously. So then I get 3 players straight back in then, and then life just becomes a lot easier. I can quite simply just bin trips and then bring in Tottenham. No, I'd cheapen and then go elsewhere, I'd have to obviously get rid of Alvarez, Solanke comes in, etc.
But that's a good 27 move.
Yeah.
27 move. Alvarez.
There's just lots of transfers there, and it's whilst Estupiñán's a £5 million defender doing basically sweet fuck all. It's like it just keeps wildcard on my mind, right? Well, there's little issues with players that shouldn't be issues with.
Thing with Estupiñán is till he's not, because like he is a problem at the moment. But let's just say, like, I genuinely, I don't believe the falling out. There's rumours that people going over. I don't think he's fit. Like, I think he's had issues, but they are every week having. He's had effectively 2 weeks off. Really, he's played like 10 minutes in 2 weeks. Like, maybe he was just getting back to fitness, and maybe this week he's brilliant, and he's the player we know he is. Home to Everton, and suddenly you're like, well, his fixtures are fantastic for the next 3 weeks. Or maybe he doesn't play this weekend and he's terrible.
Arsenal have just conceded in injury time and are losing 1-0. Lovely. Well, that's a great way to end.
That's a lovely offset.
We should just end the pod now. We should end the pod
What more could we do? 94th minute.
Plenty of stuff still to do for me for decisions.
Wenderson Galeno.
What a man. What a man. Although Arsenal and or other, it's just been said in the chat, bad for the coefficient when we're trying to get 5th place Champions League spot.
Damn it! There's always something that gets us.
Nah, fuck them.
Matt Evans asks, "What was the podcast we were raving about?" Is the FPL optimized? There's some really good pods this way. FPL optimized. If you need some Wang propaganda, burning questions. Praz and Fran did a wildcard draft for those on there on the wire. There's loads out there this week.
Yeah, it's good. FPL Optimized is on podcast. It's on YouTube as well. It's actually a really good watch.
It's a good watch this week.
I would recommend that. So, and Sertap obviously does all of our wonderful XG plots. So it's his coding that sets all that up. So we are more than happy to support Sir Talp and to push his excellent work that he's doing at the moment as well. Yeah. And shout out to FPL Game Week who are in the chat.
FPL Game Week, check you out.
We do enjoy using your pitch views on FPL Game Week.
Good boys.
Again, so I apologise, I guess, for being ill. I can't really apologise for that, but obviously it was a bit of a shitty one, so we didn't have the Sunday pod, but we're back on Sunday as normal. I think. I hope.
I think we are.
Yeah, everything will be back as normal.
Sunday. as normal. Golf day, if you want to do it, get involved. Crypto Lockdown supports us. We love them very much. And Sports Social host our platform stuff. And we like you all.
Like, comment, subscribe. See you Sunday.
All that stuff.
Bye bye.
Race to 10K. See you later.